Hey, this video is going to be about user testing, which in my opinion is a really nice side hustle to have. There was a point that I was making £200 to £300 every month consistently, doing only 4 to 5 hours of work during that month. The average pay I find is about £50 to £70, anywhere ranging between £50 to £70 an hour. And it was a fantastic side hustle. Unfortunately, since 2 months ago or so, I haven't been able to do it because I've been banned by user testing. And there's many platforms, but by far the best is usertesting.com. There's other ones like User Analytics, User Fuel, Respondent, Tremata, and so on. There's many out there. There's literally 8 or 10 out there. But most of them don't give you that much opportunities. User testing, in my opinion, was the best. And like I said, I was making a decent amount, £200 to £300 every month, doing mostly just the $30 to $60 tests, and it only takes 4 to 5 hours on a monthly basis. Fantastic, but unfortunately I have been banned, and once you're banned you only get one shot and you don't get to get back again. But just because I've been banned, I still wanted to share with you how good of a side hustle this could be. And 200 to 300, to be honest, you can make more than that. You can probably make 400 to £500 a month. It's just that you just need to do more of the $10 ones, which I didn't do that much. So if we just go on to my test history, right? So I joined user testing maybe about a year ago. First couple of months, not that much, but after that, literally consistent 200 to 300 every single month. And so this is some of my earnings, and these are, I took that many tests, and these two were void. I didn't get paid for them, and they that these were the ones that got me banned because I tried to record a session, and you're not actually allowed to record it. I actually did it negligently. I didn't know. It was in the rules, so it's my own negligence, my own fault. But so these were not paid, and as soon as that happened, they banned me off the platform. But just to be honest with you, some of you have asked me, you're not getting many tests, and what the reason is, etc. for that, right? At the beginning, if I'm being honest, there's a few reasons. At the beginning, you want to be a little bit more patient. You want to do as many tests that come through as possible. Even the $10 ones, just do a lot of them. At the beginning, you kind of have to build up your reviews. And you see how every one of them, not every one, but a lot of them, you get reviews. That's a 5-star review. That's a 5-star review, right? And this is your sort of overall rating, or if you like here, if I click here, this is my overall rating, which is 4.5 stars. In fact, it's more closer to 5 stars, right? I only ever had one 1-star review, and that's because I missed it. I was late by 10 minutes, and if you're late and you miss a live conversation, it's a 1-star automatically. Apart from that, every single one of my other tests were 5 stars. And if you want to improve in your user testing ability, check out my course on Udemy, which is very cheap, and it teaches you exactly step by step how to do user tests. So it's a shame I'm banned. I can't do it anymore. But there's a few reasons why you might not be getting tests. Number one is your profile, right? If you go to your profile, make sure you fill it in with as much experiences as you have. Your income, your profession, all these things. Because somebody who's got more experiences in life, running your own business or working in a company and have so many experiences, is gonna get a lot more tests, potential tests, than somebody who's only done one job in a very simple manner. Okay, I don't mean to disrespect anybody. I'm just being honest, right? If you're an entrepreneur and you've got you're very good with 10 different professions, and you've done design, you've done art, you've done business, you've done investing, you've done trading, you know how to bet on sports, you know how to do a job, you know how to do admin, you know how to do IT, you can program things, you're good with software, you're good with hardware. Let's say somebody like that, right, who's very sort of broad ranging of range skills, he or she is obviously going to receive more tests than somebody who's only ever been working in one job, which is menial. Okay, it's just the way how this is. If you've only ever done one thing in your life and you don't have a lot of experience, you're not going to get that many tests. Whereas if you had a broad range of experiences and you can do more of the tests, you're going to get more better reviews, and you're more professional, and you're a very good communicator, you are going to get more tests. It's just fact. And another fact is that if you joined, like, say 2 years ago, 1 year ago, like when I joined, like about a year ago, that was just a better time to join this, because now is getting to the point that more and more people know about it, and there's more competition, there's more user testers out there, which means you are not going to get as much opportunities, shall we say, because back in the days, like say a year ago when I joined, let's say there were a total of 1,000 user testers. Right now there's, let's say, a total of 20,000. Obviously you're going to get more tests back in those days, and because you've built up a really good review base and you're really good at it, you are going to get more tests. I mean, literally, I was at a point whereby every single day I was getting anywhere between 10 up to 30 new tests. Every single day, this page would be filled with tests all over the place. I mean, you watch one of my original videos, which I recorded a couple of months ago on user testing, you would see I had loads of tests available, 50, 60, sometimes even 80, and that's because I built it up and I joined at a good time. If you join much later, like recently, and you don't have a broad range of experiences, realistically, you are not going to get as many tests as somebody who joined, say, 2 years ago with so many experiences, broad range of experience, and with really good reviews as well. So I just wanted to share that and to answer some of your questions. But if you have a broad range of experiences, you joined, let's say, this from 6 months or more ago, I do believe you are going to make a really good side hustle income with this, like anywhere between 200 to 300 with just 4 or 5 hours a week, like what I was making, or even 400, 500, 600 pounds or dollars with doing only maybe 8 to 10 hours of work a month. This is a really legit, proper, really nice side hustle, in my opinion, that you can make a decent amount of money in, if you work it. Considering you joined 6 months or more ago and you've got quite a broad range of experiences. So I just wanted to answer that. Again, it's a shame. I actually quite miss it because, you talk to some really interesting people, some really interesting businesses, and all you really do is just tell them the truth about the website and how they can improve, and you get paid 50, 60, 50, between 50 to 70 pounds an hour. I just think is really, really good reward for the kind of work and the amount of time you need to spend on it. And by far, this is the best platform. So if you guys have any questions, ask me, because I did do this for nearly a year, so, like 7, 8 months or so, and I know this pretty well, and I was very good at it. It's just a shame I broke a silly rule, and I quite miss it, to be honest. Again, though, is ever really like with anything, it comes to an end. Like this stuff, if you join now, it's going to be more competition. You're just not going to receive as many tests as somebody who joined a year or two ago would, right? Like anything, everything good comes to an end sooner or later. Like Airbnb, service accommodation, right? There was a time years ago, like in major cities, make a crazy amount of income doing Airbnb. But now they're introducing licenses, councils are introducing more stricter rules and stuff. Same with drop shipping, right? If you started drop shipping 10 years, 8 years, 6 years, even 3 years ago, it was doing really good. I mean, I started drop shipping 3 years ago. I did fantastic for the first year. After that, it's just so much competition. Your profit margins like hardly existent. At 2, 3, 4, 5% profit margins, it's just not worth it, in my opinion. Whereas I was making 10, 15, 20, 25% profits even 3 years ago. So everything good kind of comes to an end. And what you want to do, or even with YouTube, right? If you want to become a YouTuber, if you join that platform 5 years ago, it's just a lot easier to build than now. I just think, things are about time. If you're, when you time things, what you want to do in anything is you want to be you want to be either an inventor or an early adopter, right? You don't want to be a middle or late adopter, because by that time it's too late. Money's already gone. So you want to get into things early on and catch a trend early on. That's where the money is made. And when the trend is over, unfortunately, that's it. But anyway, I just want to share that video with you and my true opinions and my true thoughts on user testing. If you guys are, getting those of you who are getting some tests, like not as much as you want, but you're getting some and you did some, that's actually a good sign. It shows that you've got potential. So just keep pushing it and try to do as many tests that you possibly can, and you are going to receive more tests. And if you have any questions, by all means, even though there's no benefit for me, but I want to help. I don't even have this platform anymore. I don't do that much user test these days. But those of you who want help, come over. I'll answer questions. I'll answer your questions. I have experience. I do know what I'm talking about with user testing. And again, try out some of the other platforms. I still do some of them, and it's okay, but it's just not as good as user testing. There's ones like User Analytics, User Feel. There's Trimata, there's Respondent, there's a few that's quite good out there, so try them out. But by far, again, user testing is the best. Anyway, thank you guys, and happy user testing.